In this video, let's do a full load test of these Sunny Island inverters and see if they live up to their reputation. Welcome everybody, I'm David. Thanks for checking out my channel where we do renewable energy and energy efficiency projects. Behind me are two SMA inverters. Now these are the Sunny Island 6 kilowatt models, or technically 6 kVA models. We're going to run these up to a full load test and see if they survive or if they shut down, and if they shut down, at what point do they do that. So I'm really excited. Combined, these inverters should be able to do 12 kilowatts. Now that's a ton of power, and I don't have just one device that can draw 12 kilowatts. So I've been saving up a little chore, a honey-do list item, and this morning I cleaned out the oven, and we are going to try to do the electric self-clean mode, where it like runs up the oven to 500 degrees Fahrenheit or something like that to try to bake off all the stuff. So that should put a really serious load on these things. So we're going to try to do that, and whatever else we need to do, we'll keep adding things until we get to the 12 kilowatts that these are rated for, or they shut down. Now typically these inverters have this yellow cover on the front, but I am still messing around with a couple of things in here. Even just today I added an external temperature sensor which plugged in right here. It was provided in the box with the SMAs, but that's why the covers are not on. So please forgive me for not having the covers on here. Right at this moment we are running on grid because I wanted to make sure that the batteries were at 100% before we ran the capacity test. And they are. The batteries are 100%. We're at 56 volts, which this is a 16S setup, so we're at 3.5 volts per cell. And on here the battery state of charge is also reading 100%. So we are good on both of those accounts. So we're going to go ahead and switch over. Inside the house is a transfer switch. We'll switch over to these inverters, which are both on and ready to power, and then we'll catch back. Alright, fantastic. We're back and we're currently running the property on the inverters. Let's see how many kilowatts the property is drawing right now with all the lights in the garage on and the lights inside the house on, things like that. So 1.3 kilowatts. That's how much we're drawing at the moment with everything on. Okay, so 1.3 kilowatts. So let's go turn on the self-clean oven. So 3 hours. All right. So now it's on a 3-hour timer for self-cleaning. All right, let's go back to the garage and see how many kilowatts it's drawing. Total is 4.8 kilowatts. All right. So that means this one is drawing 2.32. This is 2.55, so they're pretty well balanced, but that 2.3, that's nowhere near the max for this thing. So let me turn on the air conditioning because it is hot in here. At the moment we have the self-clean on in the oven. We've got the air conditioning on in the garage and the air conditioning on in the house. All the lights are on in both buildings. I think I'm going to turn on the water and let the hot water run in the house, and that will force the electric booster tank to kick in. But even so, I don't think that's going to get us all the way there. So this might be harder than I thought. I could turn on the microwave. Let me do that too. The microwave is another 1800 watts. I don't have an electric car to plug in. We now have 7 kilowatts total. So let's boil up some water. That'll kick it on. This is the biggest burner that I have for the stovetop. 8.6 total and 5 over on this side. So we still haven't maxed it out. Alright, I'm going to have to think of something else here. So this one is at 5.4 kilowatts, 9.6 total. According to the manual on page 230, we can do a continuous output of 5,750 watts. Oh, man, I just heard it. Yes, we're over 13. There we go. Look at that, 13 kilowatts. That's the highest I've ever seen these. This one's at 7.1 kilowatts on this inverter. 13 total. Yes, there we go. That's what we're talking about. Oh, and it just kicked down. Okay, so that must have been the oven for a short period of time. Man, we overloaded that. Oh, it can do that for 30 minutes. 7,000 watts for 30 minutes, 8,400 watts for one. So we just, oh, we're overloading it again. 7.2. 7.2 kilowatts on this inverter. So apparently we can do that for somewhere between 1 minute and 30 minutes. And our total is 13. Ha! Let's try to get a water heater on here. Now we're at 7.2 kilowatts right now, or 7,200 watts. So, I don't know, 20 minutes maybe? I just heard a fan kick on. It's blowing out hot air. I've never heard the fans kick on before on these things. Now we're at 13 kilowatts total. If this one's at 7.2, then we have 5.8 on this one. So this one is not overloaded. It's at 100%. All right, I want to see if I can get more load on this one. Okay, I'm going to add this little space heater, which is 1,500 watts. And if I pick the right outlet, I think I can make sure it gets on this phase, or this inverter. We're going to turn this one on. High. Let's see what we got now. 14.5! Holy cow! That's the highest I've ever seen it. This is overloaded. 7.2 on this one, so I did successfully find this one. We got them. All right, with the space heater on this inverter, we now have both of them over 7,000 watts, and we haven't blown anything yet. We have 14.5 kilowatts combined. Yes! And we haven't blown anything. This is amazing. I mean, I'm so used to inverters that can't actually reach their spec. You know, I mean, when you buy inexpensive inverters, you can't expect it to do this type of thing. And these guys can overload. Apparently, they can do 7,000 watts each for 30 minutes. That's amazing. Ha! Wow. That's really cool. And because it keeps dropping back down as that oven kind of kicks on, kicks off, kicks on, kicks off, these guys are not running continuous at 7,000. They keep dropping back down to like 5 and then up to 7, 5, 7. So, I mean, this is great. So I'm going to turn off the space heater in the garage, but I'm going to keep the everything else running. So I'm going to keep the oven going. I'm going to keep the air conditioners going, everything like that, because the oven has a 3-hour cycle to do itself clean. I don't actually want these to die before that. And the fact that they can overload it, I mean, that is a huge win. I'm really excited. Now, I'm going to stop the video here unless these kick off. So if they kick off during this test, I will add that to the end of this video. But if you enjoy the videos, please like, subscribe, comment, and share. Ha ha!